Nessa girl, it's Wednesday. It's our catch-up day. It is now 10:24 p.m. and I'm recording this video. Quiet as it's kept, I owe y'all an apology because I know this our catch-up day. I watched Love and Hip Hop New York at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and I don't know why it took me until 10 o'clock to record this video because I've been sitting at home all day on the computer doing miscellaneous things. I just could not bring myself to get in front of this camera. I don't know. I was in here feeling guilty, so I said, let me get my ass up and do it. Nevertheless, let's just jump right on into the episode. So, Juju, the episode opens up with Juju taking her ass around Yandy house looking for a listening ear. And Yandy basically co-signed what Jonathan said about Juju being sneaky and was like, well, sis, I mean, while I got you on the line, there is some credence to what he's saying because you didn't tell us about your relationship. Pause, hard stop, and Juju was like, wait a minute, girl, you supposed to be on my side. Here's the thing, right? Do y'all really get bothered when people don't tell y'all their personal business? Like, don't get me wrong. My best friend went and bought a whole house, closed and everything, and didn't tell me. When I found out, I was like, oh, okay. And I did feel away for 17 seconds. Then I was like, I mean, okay, that's his business. For whatever reason, unbeknownst to me, independent of me, he didn't want to tell me when he was going through the process. Folks don't have to tell you their business. And I think Yandy and Jonathan and some of the rest of y'all need to stop taking it so personal, because Yandy took it as, you don't trust me enough to tell me your business. Sis, that's not fair. You don't get to make what I'm going through about you and your perception. Yes, now I don't got my head too far up my ass to the point where I can't recognize that, yes, it is a little uncomfortable. That's the perfect word. I felt slightly uncomfortable because it was a reasonable expectation in my mind that he would have told me he was house shopping. I would have been out with him on the weekend looking at houses, looking at different things. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's dumb people business. And he told me when he was ready for me to know. That's all to it. I ain't put too much on it. And that's what we got to stop doing as people. And this is a great piggyback off of the video I just did about Americans being so sensitive in 2019, might as well. We gotta stop putting so much extra stank on it and just receive it for what it is. Jonathan decided he was gonna meet with Sin, Anais, and Kimbella, and bitch, he gathered the girls. Was Jonathan in charge of the girls? Was Jonathan in charge of? Jonathan was in charge of the girls. Let me tell you something, baby. He gave Anais ass one old nasty cussing out. He cussed that bitch out so good, Savannah. Then, goddammit, you'd have thought his throat hurt. Then he came back with some residual cuss out for Kimbella ass. Now listen, you know, with this Kimbella, Jonathan, and Yandy situation, I am totally on Kimbella's side. And it's rare that I'm on Kimbella's side. I am totally on Kimbella's side. Jonathan completely went back and misrepresented Kimbella's words, thoughts, actions, and intentions. And for that, she shouldn't have stormed out. She should have cussed his ass the fuck out and made him leave his own dinner, lunch. And then Sin Santana, she was just sitting there with nothing to do. I mean, Sin, this whole season looked like you ain't got nothing to do. Your husband won't fuck you and you ain't got nothing to do. You got a whole baby, but you still got nothing to do. Mona, y'all might need to fire this bitch. Why Nessa girl? Cause she got nothing to do. It's just, I mean, Sin, it's gonna take more than a pretty face and a thick waist to keep me entertained. So I'm gonna need you to find something to do. Moving right along. Juju, you old nice nasty bitch. And I'm going to tell you girls why y'all nice nasty. Because the new passive aggressiveness is, if I can't say it to a bitch face and I can't gather her on her face, I'm going to gather her in a scene that I'm not filming with her with, and this bitch going to see it 6 months later. That's the new gather. It's the delayed gather. Oh, I'm going to read this bitch. I'm just going to read her 6 months from now when she see this. Because you went to Remy and like you was just clapping back, and it was like, damn, Ju. And I guess it was only a damn Juju moment because we're not used to seeing Juju popping off, clapping back. Juju thus far has been very good at keeping it cool, calm, and collected, letting shit ride, being like, whatever. But this time, Juju was like, listen, whatever, while you around here talking about me, bitch, you did the same thing. How about that? And she's absolutely right. And, you know, Yandy's talking about it was two different situations that we were having a conversation. Somebody text me. Yandy in her confessional tried to say it was two different things, that what she was doing was to protect her family and it had legal consequences, so on and so forth, and what Juju did was different. Well, the thing about it is, Yandy, Juju could paint the same point. You didn't trusted me enough as your friend to keep your legal business separate or protected. No, it's the same damn thing, Yandy. You didn't want to tell nobody what was going on from fear of judgment and fear of people's thoughts, so on and so forth, especially considering the fact that how hard you have it razzed about, this my husband, I'm the wife, and technically you weren't. And Juju just didn't want her breakup to be fodder for blogs, and she was slightly embarrassed. Not slightly. She was largely embarrassed. She gave 10 years of her life and got nothing for it. She gave Cameron 10 years of her life and got nothing for it. And quiet as it's kept, Kimbella, I'ma just need you to go to ICDC college and get you a certification in surgical tech so you can support your family and leave Juelz alone, because you don't gave him 10 years and you ain't about to get nothing for it either. You know what I'm saying? I just really feel like sometimes these women be holding on to these situations. Let me just put it simple like this. I think sometimes you be holding on for history's sake, and the only thing between y'all at this point is history. You and Juelz said for 2 or 3 years, he was downstairs, you was upstairs, relationship was done. Y'all wasn't together but under the same roof. All this, it's just, what are you doing? Kim, you look stupid because you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. You keep standing there holding them down, holding them down. You holding them down through infidelity. You holding them down through drug problems. You holding them down through prison problems. You holding them down through money problems. Back to infidelity problems. Then he talk to you any kind of way. And it's like you're not getting anything for it. So how can you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result? Like I'm just not understanding. I think at some point you gotta put your foot down and say, baby, I want more out of life and this ain't it. And I really want you to do that before you give him the rest of the best years of your life, because you already done gave him a whopping 82.3% of the best years of your life. You know what I'm saying? Your little modeling situation is gone because your grown woman wait on, you don't have kids. It's like, you know, you don't gave this man your youth. So baby, use the last few years you got in this resurgence and relevancy to find you somebody that's gonna really care for you and treat you the way you want to be treated. And that's true tea. Jaquae and Rich meet down to the restaurant down to Sidney Starr. Now, let me tell y'all something. Ain't nobody told me or sent me the memo, fax, email, or snail mail that Sidney Starr was going to be on this season of Love and Hip Hop New York. Now, when I first saw Sidney Starr, I rolled my eyes so motherfucking hard I almost had an aneurysm on the left-hand side. And I was side-eyeing two people. I was side-eyeing Mona them because I was like, look at Love and Hip Hop in this cheesy ass attempt to capitalize off of the trans movement, the trans popularity thing that's going on right now. And then they choose the tackiest, wackiest trans bitch out there. That was my first thought. Then my second thought was, look at this bitch right here who I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't never vibe with Sidney Starr. And upon further reflection, I had to realize why just 1.2 seconds of her turned my stomach. Because I'm still mad with her with that chingy stuff. I don't know if y'all can tell by now, I don't get down with that exposed culture, that outing people culture. I just don't like it. I don't like that whole, the only reason you're famous is because you outed somebody. Like, I don't like it. I got a deep-seated hatred for it. Now, you know, I'm willing to give Sidney an allowance because it was so long ago that perhaps she's not that same person anymore. But I think her lead-in to this show should have been, many of you guys would have known me from dating famous guys back in the past. And yeah, you know, I've outed them and I gained popularity that way. And I was wrong. I've changed. And now I want to be known for my music and not the young, immature person from back in the day who was hurting people. I think that would have been the intro that I needed, as well as much of the world needed to take her serious. Because at this point, you're just looking like another whack-ass opportunist. Then I had to stop and think. I said, okay, despite love and hip-hop intentions, capitalizing off the trans movement, despite what I feel about Sidney Starr, Q, isn't some representation better than no representation? And the answer to that is yes. You know, then I thought about it, and you know, Sidney Starr has been wanting to be in this love and hip hop. She's wanted to be famous, popular for a very long time. And you know what? The stars and whatnot have aligned for her. An opportunity came up. Trans is popular right now. And she is equally as ratchet as the people on there. So she is consistent, and honestly and truthfully, remove chingy and remove the fact that she was born a man, she would fit in perfectly with the love and hip hop people. And for that, you know, I was like, okay, Q, give it a chance and see what she got. Now here's the thing, Sidney, since I'm gonna give you an allowance, daughter, I'm gonna let you talk to the old lady sitting under a tree. I need Sidney, her management team, anybody who cares about her, anybody who knows Sidney Starr personally, I need y'all to send her this message and send her this portion. I need Sidney Starr to clearly define what it is she wants to be. Here's what I'm saying. Hi, my name is Nia Lee. I'm a rapper. Hi, my name is Bianca Bonney. I'm a rapper. Sidney Starr, based on that raggedy, whack-ass, porta-potty-ass rap you gave down to the Waffle House, music is not your true aspirations. And the reason I say that, Sidney, I'm slightly turned off by you because I'm getting the impression that you are the epitome of this super young Instagram culture where you just want to be on and popping and popular just because your name is Sidney Starr. I need to know what it is you're selling. Like, if love and hip hop ended tomorrow, where could you then go get a job at? Are you a hairstylist? Are you a makeup artist? Are you an actress? Are you a singer? Like, what are you? We know you want to be famous, but famous for what? I need that defined for me. And the reason that that is important is because, you know, Sidney, in order for you to make the most of this platform and this opportunity, you've got to have a trajectory, mama. And this ain't me reading. This ain't me coming down. This is me caring about your ass somewhat because you part of the LGBTQ community. And despite how I feel about you personally and what the fuck you did all those years ago, I still want you to win. So we need you, mama, to clearly define what it is you want out of life and career, and not just want to be a resident party girl. And this whole I'm famous just because I'm a socialite shit done got old. Marlon Hampton was the last socialite that we inducted into the Socialite Hall of Fame. Kim Kardashian, Black China, she was a stripper. Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, all them girls, that era is gone. And the only reason it worked for those girls because they was rich. The only reason it works for Marlo because she gives the illusion of being rich. You, on the other hand, you're not rich, although I heard you from a fairly decent background, but you're not rich, you're not poised, you're not elegant, you don't give that. You don't give that. You give, quiet as it's kept, you give a very animated ghetto girl tea. And quite frankly, it's loud, it's annoying, and I see through it, it's a front for something else. Because the way you rolled up at Nia Lee's party was not only annoying, it was grounds for you to get popped. And not by Nia Lee, by anybody who's standing around, because it was just annoying. It was 3 people having a conversation and you walked in, hey, how y'all doing? I'm here. I'm that girl. It was just like ill. Not to mention that whole stilo, it's done already. Like, you're not going to be the next Cardi B because you don't have the talent in rap. Now, you may be the Cardi B of something else, but you've yet to define for us what that something else is going to be. So we need you to define that so you can go on to your next. And I like the fact that Jaquae got your ass together the way Quad got Contessa ass together. And what I will say, and I'm going to back up off you, is that you did seem to be receptive to it because you was wrong. And I get it, Sidney. You've been wanting this for so long. You trying to keep it. And you were doing what you thought you had to do. And you were doing what you thought you were supposed to do. Fall back. Just be you. You already got the job. The real you is just enough. Trust me. Kimbella walks into the studio to talk to Juelz. That song that Juelz was rapping, that was a dope ass song. I liked it. Kimbella and Juelz sat down and they were talking. And, you know, I gathered that Kimbella needs some acknowledgement from Juelz that he had a drug problem. And that the drug problem was the root of all these other offshoot issues. And Juelz is still not at a place yet where he's able to admit that without being defensive, without getting angry, because it is a slight. It shows, you know, weakness. It shows that he fucked up and he's not being fully accountable, and it is fucking with Kimbella. It is. And, you know, I can understand her needing that acknowledgement. I get it. It's just what she needs to make her not feel crazy and to just put the final period at the end of that sentence. And perhaps if he would acknowledge it, they could move on. And it seems like he's like, yeah, okay, I was doing drugs. Okay, but I'm not doing that no more. No. What she needs is a, damn, I can't believe I got caught up. I had an addiction problem. I was fucked up. And as a result of this, I put my family in jeopardy. And all this shit that I'm going through right now was because of me abusing drugs. Fuck, I was an addict. That's what she needs. And Juelz, I think that's what you need too in order for you to fully put this thing past you. Because I'm not buying that Dennis shit one bit. I'm not buying that Dennis shit got you hooked on pills. I'm not buying it. What I am buying is the culture, hip-hop, rap culture, the shit y'all rap and sing about, and the people y'all hang around got you hooked on pills. That right there shows you not ready. That was an easy cop-out, and unfortunately, Juelz, you don't got the complexion for the protection. That's the shit that them rich white women's in fucking Wisconsin and Maine is using. Oh, I had a car accident, and then I started getting pain pills, and I got addicted because they fragile asses are unable to say they're heroin addicts. Like, Juelz, you were on your way to being a heroin addict. That's where them pills lead you, to heroin. So, Juelz, like, just own it, Papa, so you can get past it. It ain't gonna bring you no more embarrassment than you already enduring. Just own it. Kimbella and Yandy meet with Remy. And Remy tried to mediate the situation. You know, one thing I've always loved about Remy, She's much like myself. Remy has always been able to tell a bitch they wrong, even if it's her friend. She's always been able to be fair. And when Yandy tried to dress up her secretiveness, if that's a word, as something different or greater than what Juju did, Remy was like, no, it's not. And then she said, quite frankly, all of this really isn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all doing? And I respect the fact that Juju said, well, you know what? Since we already here and shit is already tense, let's just get it all out. Cameron was super mad with me about XYZ. Did you talk to him? And Yandy said no. She had the opportunity to clear that up. That was big. It was good. And I'm glad that those two can be back on track because I really do respect Yandy and Juju. I like them and I do like their friendship. Juelz enters the guilty plea. I think he did the right thing. I think that that was the best thing to do for his family and that he should not have taken the gamble because he probably was not going to win. I mean, just the simple fact that you are a rapper, I think judges and juries have a bias. Not to mention you also got a pass. I think you did the best thing. Them in that car fussing. I touched on it earlier, you know. Juelz said to her, he was like, well, shit, I'm about to go to jail, so do what you want to do. You know, I'm starting to feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe y'all do need to go y'all own separate ways. Because it just seems to me, Kimbella, like the whole situation since you've been on Love and Hip Hop has been you and this man fighting. And I'm sorry. I know that people are going to go through things in relationships. But when your bad days start to outweigh your good days, then yes, you should complain. And it feels like your bad years are starting to outweigh your good years. So then I have to ask you, mama, when you reconciling it and you come up short, that says to me you need to move on. So if I were you, Kimbella, I would be using this platform to kind of formulate a game plan financially. You know, get you some businesses and follow the Candy Burris model and just move on because you deserve better. You can't, K. Michelle said it best, you can't raise a man. You can't train nobody how to treat you. It's like it's either they got it or they don't. And last but not least, I just don't think the relationship is healthy. And that's all. I don't think nobody should be in no unhealthy relationship. I don't think nobody should be in no relationship where one person sleeping upstairs and the other person sleeping downstairs. Like, I'm just not for none of that. So, Kim, I wish you the best. And Mama, I really just want you to move on. I mean, because this don't seem to be working. Y'all talking about my family. You can still be family without being together. A family is not necessarily a mom and dad and two kids. You know what I'm saying? A mom, a dad that is active and supportive and still involved, but in another relationship is still a family. It's still a family. It's the new normal. So you can do it, sis. At any rate, that's a girl. That's Love and Hip Hop New York. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. And as we get ready to close out 2018, I've got a lot of things for 2019 that I'm going to share with you guys. Some of which you'll start to see unfold on my social media these next up and coming weeks. And I am so happy and so excited. And I will call you later, that's a girl. Bye.